Hello, welcome to another iLearn Saturday. My name is Jean-Jacques. If you don't know by now, I wanted to take this moment to first apologize for the delay, as this particular webinar was supposed to be recorded back on February 15th. We had technical difficulties, and my laptop had to be submitted to Apple Care and then had to be fixed on their end. So this is a pre-recording on leveraging technology for nonprofit success, the Haitian context. Now, within this presentation, we're going to explore how technology can empower Haitian-led nonprofits to achieve greater impact. We'll examine some challenges, highlight innovative solution, and discuss strategies for securing funding, engaging donors, and measuring success. Now, to get started, digital divide, challenges and opportunities. Currently, as you already know, on Haiti in Haiti, we have limited access to the internet. So, internet access in Haiti often is limited in hindering nonprofit operations in reach. Low digital literacy prevents effective use of technology by nonprofits. Unreliable infrastructure, Unreliable infrastructure basically poses significant challenges for Haitian nonprofits. Mobile technology allows nonprofits to broaden reach and improve service delivery as well as social media. Social media provides opportunity to engage communities and optimize operations and digital payments. Digital payments offer a chance to optimize operations and broaden reach. Now, with the challenges and opportunities, obviously, challenges that we all know with the current climate on the ground, there is limit access to Wi-Fi. Currently, Digicel, Natcom, and I forgot the third provider usually provide Wi-Fi access on the ground. It's not necessarily the best, in my opinion. We can agree to disagree. Uh, However, with the current climate, I do know that some family members, some friends were not able to access Wi Fi for the past couple of weeks. And unfortunately, that is something that will affect the entire country rather than just one particular location. It's unfortunate of what is currently happening, but that is not necessarily an opportunity for others. For others, it is an opportunity you could say maybe down in the future for government officials to better think of a proper infrastructure. As far as like adaptation, everyone that you know clearly have a mobile phone, mobile device that can they can then utilize for their organization and for themselves. That is an alternative if they do not have a computer to work with. As far as social media, that's also an aspect of organizations utilizing social media, which I've noticed a lot. If they cannot afford a website, that is an alternative for them to use. Just that when it comes to social media, though, I will note that there's a high request to not utilize social media as if it was your own personal page, rather than like it should be used as a business page, as a nonprofit, basically, and for you to really invest in the team or the group that will be required to help you create contents for these platforms. As far as like digital payments, you know, digital payments, it's possible, not everywhere. It's not available everywhere per se, but it's something that is there. I know that some people utilizes Papadap or Mokash when it comes to digital payments, but again, not every establishment uses them. The advice and opportunity here is to tap into what is currently available and go forward. And for those in the states, I do know that limited access to the internet, as far as like infrastructure, is not necessarily an issue. It's just that unfortunately, not many organizations are readily available to know how to use certain platforms like within social media, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which is X. in other platform. Digital payments that we have here in the States makes it easier for us to facilitate certain donations or so, but it's a matter of properly utilizing these platforms so that it benefits our needs. An example would be most nonprofits that I've noticed here in the States is that we have a website, but unfortunately we have many broken links that would require you to actually go in, just visit your site, click and see what actually needs to be amended, especially when it comes to your donation link. Make sure that it works. Make sure that it works. Um, the next page, innovative nonprofit tech solution. Mobile health app. Obviously, this app delivers critical health information directly to users, like patients and essential healthcare services, and helps ensure consistent medication management. I recently, I do not, again, this is not an advertisement per se for the organizations that I will mention here. This is, again, no advertisement for them. I don't personally know them per se. It's just a matter for you as the individual to actually look into them just to see what it is that they do, and if it's something that you yourself would like to partner with, if you would like to support them in any way. So now, when it comes to mobile healthcare, innovative nonprofits that is currently on the ground, I don't believe, I haven't necessarily seen a website per se. It's called Radiocam Evonia. Radiocam and Evonia, basically, they are an online radiology platform that connects radiologists to hospitals to deliver better clinical information about patients. And then we have the online education platforms. Obviously, this is a dynamic platform, brings educational resources to marginalized communities, equips students with valuable learning tools and opportunities for growth. I will not mention Sofengio as a online educational platform, as this is not necessarily about us. This is about who's currently doing more work than us. As in one organization would be Kawa, Kawa, led by Mike Billo with over 90,000 Haitian users. That is basically learning on a daily in Haitian Creole. And then you have agricultural data platform. This platform empowers farmers with up-to-date minutes, weather forecasts, crucial market insights, in proven agricultural strategies to optimize their yields. Now, one example, one organization that I know that is doing something of that capacity would be the Haiti Food System Alliance, where they have a knowledge base sharing. I don't know if it's an app per se, but it is on their platform where farmers can utilize the knowledge sharing platform aspect of things. Best practice, you can say best practice about the food system in Haiti to basically help them optimize their yields. Those are some organizations, I believe, that are doing some great work and are have some sort of innovative technology that can help solve a lot of issues. Now, streamlining operations with automation with AI. Who doesn't love AI? So, optimization is tasks such as donor management, data entry, and communication can free up staff time for more strategic activities. Artificial intelligence, AI powered tools can analyze data, identify patterns, and personalize outreach efforts, leading to more effective platform. And then cloud computing, cloud storage, and collaboration platforms provide secure and accessible data storage, facilitating teamwork and remote collaboration. Now, when it comes to streamlining, it depends on your organization's needs, really. Not many organization is as tech savvy as the next. Some organization would love to implement AI, but the you could say the pointer when it comes to using AI softwares like ChatGPT or DeepSeek or Getliner or other softwares is really make sure that the output makes sense, and not only that the output makes sense, that the output is also true, and that you are able to then edit these outputs so that it it is more your voice, as well as it conveys what it is that your organization is trying to push out there. One thing that is also beneficial is to have AI policy for your organization. That way, everyone, every team member is able and is aware that your organization is open to using artificial intelligence. Not every you say not everyone is open to artificial intelligence, but at least if you have that policy in place, you know why it is you're using it and how it is you're using it. That way, you keep your integrity. And with automation, we have softwares that already provides automations. Like you have Kit, you have HubPost, I believe, and oh my God, Monkey. I keep saying Survey Monkey, but it's not Survey Monkey. But you have marketing softwares that basically helps you automate certain things that you do on a daily basis, whether it's sending out a basic newsletter to your audience, or it's sending check-in email to your newsletters participants, or even scheduling posts on your social media. That way, you don't have to wake up every day and wait until 8 a.m. to post a particular content. You already have it scheduled on your end, and you're able to utilize these technology to better facilitate your workflow. When it comes to cloud storage, it's having, again, a secure and accessible data storage, and making sure that your organization is aware not to share information, reports that is exclusively for internal use to outsiders, and having in place, again, some contracts or some agreements that not only protects you but also protects the organization, but also then protect the individual at hand. um, to move on to the next, enhancing donor engagement through gamification and streaming. Now, not all of us is open to gamification and streaming. So with gamification, I'm completely saying it wrong. It sounds wrong in my ears. Um, can make donations more engaging by incorporating rewards, challenges, and leaderboards, boosting participation and loyalty. One example, one organization that I know that did something of similarly is Hope for Haiti. Back in 2020, they did a partnership with mm, Tiltifi or Tiltify. Again, don't I'm butchering the name, but they use this platform, which is you could say it's a platform that helps you live stream fundraising. Creators, two creators used to tap into overlooked donors, like some millennials or Gen Z that are not readily open to current donor outreach programs, but are more focused on gaming, so it taps into that. Streaming, so live streaming, and it just correlates and also relates to streaming. Basically, while you're live streaming, it's able to then link to that to that live stream, so that people can then donate to your cause. Live streaming platforms allowed nonprofits to share their work, connect with donors in real time, and build stronger relationship. Basically, Facebook live streaming, LinkedIn live streaming, Instagram lives or whatnot. So it helps you readily connect to, excuse me, your audience. It helps you readily connect to your audience, and it makes you relatable. I, on the other hand, don't like that, me personally. And it's again, it's based on the person's preference. It is something that we are aiming towards down the line, but I will not be the one who lead this for sure, because I do not like public speaking. But it is something to consider for your organization, whether you want to invest in gamification platforms like Tilifi. Again, this is not an advertisement for them. There are other softwares out there, but currently that is the only software that I'm aware of. Building trust with donors, strategies for nonprofits. Clearly, you can see that this image is AI generated. I actually loved it, but the hands kind of killed it for me. But I still love the the vibrancy of this. This is another way to use AI to help you with your work, whereas you have it generate some images that you can utilize, but sometimes these images don't always come out perfect. I just love this one, that's why I used it. But building trust with donors. Strategies for nonprofits, transparency and accountability. Nonprofits must be transparent about their work, financial practices, and impact, share progress reports, financial statements, and impact data regularly, and authentically communicate. Engage with donors in a genuine and authentic manner, demonstrating empathy and understanding of their concerns. Local partnerships, collaborate with local Haitian organizations and leaders, building trust through shared values and initiative. Now, when it comes to accountability and transparency, cross border, it's something that because you are a nonprofit, you need to give to your audience. You need to give to your donors because if they are donating to your cause, they need to see where this money goes. And this comes in form of reports. This comes in form of like doing a little interview, recording images or whatnot. But as long as you are showcasing where the money goes, how the money is spent, um, so that it helps them, I guess, like not necessarily quantify, but they are able to measure the impact that you're having on the ground with the funding that they actually provided to your cause. With authentic communication, having that you could say that integrity of transparency and accountability is that you are able to communicate better and showcase and hold yourself accountable when things doesn't go right, really, because at the end of the day, if an individual gives you $10,000, it may not be, for some people it may not be a lot, but it is something. Most organization requires reporting anyways on how their donation had an impact, how their donation was used. I would say just get into the habit of keeping track on how you spend money, keeping track of where XYZ went to, how it was spent, it, what didn't happen. I would say one example would be like in Haiti, because of the fluctuation of the value of good. It goes up or it goes down. It depends where you go. The taux du jour will be different. Always get into the habit of asking receipts. And once you get these receipts, I like to put a little note on these receipts, which basically translate to like taux du jour, the currency exchange for that day was like 64 or 74, and that's why you spent X amount when in reality it should have been a different amount. So you have this record just to showcase like why some of the expenses are different than what you anticipated or different from what you initially showcased to your donors that you were going to spend. If you were going to spend $100 but you round up buying it for 150, why was it different? Why? The $50 difference could be because the currency exchange was completely different from what you calculated. So in a way, you not only hold yourself accountable, but you showcase the transparency side of your bookkeeping. Now, securing funding, leveraging technology for grant application. Now, grant makers nowadays are relying on technology, but not all grant makers are created equal, and not all grant makers have an actual website for you to look them up to see who they fund, why they fund there, and where it is that they fund. You know, it's obviously research is key. Research and identify, utilize online databases, grant search engines, and funding networks to discover potential grant opportunities. Craft compelling proposals, use grant writing softwares, templates, and online resources to create high quality proposals. Manage application and ooh, so manage an application basically. Employ grant management softwares to track deadlines, uh, deadlines and potential report efficiently. So now with researching and identifying, as I mentioned earlier, not a lot of grant makers have an active website where you can look them up. Typically those are the family foundations, smaller, but they still have great funding where they actually donate maybe 10,000 and up to organizations. Technically speaking, sometimes we don't know why they fund, who they fund, how they fund, but they do exist. And you have platforms like Donor Search. You have platforms like Let's see what else. Donor Search, Donor Spring, and then you have Candid.org also helps you when it comes to researching and identifying these organizations. And we also have for South NGO have compiled a list of grantors for Haiti, whether multilateral, bilateral corporations, as well as foundations. So we kind of made it somewhat easy for you to find these organizations, especially with USAID lowering their funding or freezing when it comes to foreign donations. Excuse me. Now, crafting compelling proposals. Now, it's always best to you can always outsource. That's one thing. That's outsourcing is has become my best friend. But you can definitely outsource to hire a grant writer who's well versed in grant writing. And one pointer that I would mention when it comes to hiring a grant writer, make sure to understand the ethics of grant writing or fundraising. Is that a grant writer should not basically charge you a percentage of the amount that is being asked. Typically, some organizations or some individuals tend to lean towards that because it's like quid pro quo. I do it for free. If you win, I get a percentage. If you don't, that's okay. Most people like to lean that route, but ethically speaking, it's a no-no. The grant writer typically charge a flat fee for the grant that they're writing, and sometimes it's based on the individual that you're using. Typically, pricing range from 500 and up, depending on the type of grant that you're asking for, whether it's federal, whether it's foundation, and whether it's just like a small grant for like 500 or 1,000. Another aspect, if you do not want to lean towards hiring a grant writer, you can do it yourself, obviously. Or you can implement, not even implement, you can integrate. I think that's the word I'm looking for. You can integrate using artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, GetLiner, DeepSeek, and other artificial intelligence softwares, platforms that you prefer. And while you using these platforms, again, understand that the proposal that is being, uh, um, I guess, like outputted, that's not even the word I'm looking for, the proposals that you are getting, you need to sit down, read it over, just to make sure that it is your own, just to make sure that it is in fact what it is that you want to do. I typically use artificial intelligence like ChatGPT to help me rephrase most of the things that I'm trying to say, because I've realized that for me personally, when writing like grant proposals, I have a tendency to be more academic rather than just telling a story. So that's why I lean more towards hiring a grant writer rather than using artificial intelligence. Sometimes I do use artificial intelligence just to refine and shorten what it is that I'm trying to say. That way it makes sense to the reader. Um, and obviously, manage an application, understand you need a calendar. You need to know if you're going to be applying for Kellogg's, you need to understand if Kellogg's has a deadline to submit application or LOIs. Same thing for Focal, same thing for, you could say, the Digicel Foundation, same thing for, let's see, the Coca-Cola Foundation, just to name a few. You need to know when they are having deadlines for their grant opportunities. Sometimes open calls doesn't necessarily mean that you are qualified to apply for their grants. You need to read up on their grant requirements, and if whether or not your organization actually fall in line of like, okay, you will be qualified for a grant opportunity. Then you will take the next step, submit a project that is your organization is already working towards or want to work towards, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you will get the grant. Just know that you can say there are platforms out there and individuals out there that can necessarily help you when it comes to writing a compelling grant proposal, as well as managing your application, knowing the deadline, knowing what is required of you to submit, rather than just an LOI. I would say one example that I would suggest to maybe the Haitian community in Haiti is that do not send an email, a random email with no title, like subject title, excuse me, without no subject titles, like a blank subject titles, and then in the email it reads as dear sir or madam, I'm doing a proposal, I'm looking for um, to support like 90,000 farmers and 5,000 women, da 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 da, and I'm requesting $500 or $50,000 from you and whatnot. It's always best to go on that organization, go on their website, read up on what it is that they do and what they don't do before you send an email like that. And understand that when you send an email like that without a subtitle, it will be disregarded. And if someone within that organization, I would say, like, find it and they take initiative to basically respond to you, I guess, like, just be considerate of that. That typically, before you send out an email to institutions or individuals, make sure that you're sending it to the correct person, make sure that it has a subtitle, and make sure that at the end of the day, like, it is in alignment with your organization and what it is that you do. That way you can find support where you actually need support. Excuse me. Now, bridging the gap, harnessing the power of Haitian diaspora. So the our diaspora is very strong all over the world. Yeah, we're all over the world, to be honest with you. Now, accessing online communities, creating online communities for diaspora members to connect, share resources, and support Haitian nonprofits. Crowdfunding platforms, utilize platforms such as GoFundMe and Global Giving to reach a wider audience and mobilize diaspora donation. Virtual events, that's my favorite, because I don't like in-person events, to be honest. But virtual events, host virtual events to engage the diaspora, raise awareness, and solicit support for Haitian nonprofits. Now, to go with online communities, an example would be the Haitian Ladies Network that has over 59 um, users. I'm not too sure about the accuracy of the number that I just gave. It probably went up today. But platforms like the Haitian Ladies Network, I believe there's also a um, Haitian Men Network. I'm not too sure about that. But there are multiple platforms where a Haitian, it's open to the Haitian community that you can really tap into. Crowdfunding platforms, again, like GoFundMe or Global Given, should be also platforms that you can utilize to get donation to your cause, but just make sure that your cause can be relatable and you are concise, direct on your ask to your audience. Virtual events can be anything from having a webinar, having a, you could say, a Friday, a Friday talkathon, I guess, talkathon. That's not where you have a special guest just to talk about a particular topic within your nonprofit. Let's say if you're a nonprofit in healthcare, you can talk about a variety of topics, and you can have a variety of, like, individuals come in to actually speak about these topics, like mental health or mental health or like cancer or whatnot within the community. Like, it's something that is needed. You can create multiple virtual events. I won't say that it's free. You do have to pay for certain softwares to use, like Zoom, Teams, or Google Meet. And there's other platforms as well. But to utilize these platforms makes it somewhat easier for you to have these virtual events rather than actually having a physical location where you have to pay to use that location, where you then have to then pay for catering, you have to pay for, if need be, entertainment, to keep it going, and sometimes you round up spending coming out of pocket rather than bring in some sort of, like, income or revenue within your organization. Now, measuring impact using data in analytics for nonprofits. Now, track key metrics, KPIs, monitor these KPIs such as reach, engagement, and program outcomes to assess effectiveness. analyze data trends, identify patterns, insights, and area for improvement based on collected data in analytics, and share impact stories, use data to create compelling impact stories that showcase the positive outcomes of the organization. Now, from our couple slides back, we spoke about the aspect of accountability and transparency, where it's not just the financial part of things that you need to keep track of, or keep yourself accountable. It's the overall initiative, the overall organization that needs to be as transparent as possible. So whatever that you do, track it, measure it. If you put something out, let's say you had a campaign on social media and you spent $10 just to boost the post, like measure that post just to see how many reach it received. An example would be, I guess I like to use impression does not equate impact, and a lot of people needs to get that into their head, which is the truth. Just because I spent $10 on to boost a post and it reached 10,000 individuals, it had zero impact. Zero impact can be anything that you deemed it as. It could be like, oh, you had new users, or you have people that donated to your cause because of that particular post, or you had people reach out to you. Like, you need to understand why it is that you are doing certain data collection, and not everything is worth collecting data on, but just know what it is that you need to measure data for. If it's for a particular initiative that you're doing, it's not that you don't need to measure everything from A to Z for that initiative, but you need to understand why you're collecting data on this initiative and what data that you actually need to collect. Obviously, analyzing your data comes quite easy based on what it is that you want from the individual, and understanding I think that's a word, PII, that your data should not be shared with outsiders, and that it is confidential, and that the person who is the end user, whatever data that they are providing you to with, that they understand that you are going to make sure that this data is secure and not easily shared with outsiders. And as we are to our close, now the path forward, scaling technology, oh my God, technological solutions for Haitian nonprofits by embracing technology. Haitian nonprofits can overcome challenges, expand their reach, and maximize their impact. Collaborative efforts, knowledge sharing, and ongoing innovation are crucial for scaling technology solution for the benefit of Haitian communities. Technology, what I would say, like one thing that we have today nowadays, for the 21st century, is that we have technology on our side. We're able to create our own narrative. We are able to showcase, you could say, the Haitian story being told by Haitians, and successfully being told by Haitians. It's a matter of having the right team members, having the right messaging, because not all messages that you see out there requires to be boost required to be out there. We want a better image for our community, and we want people to successfully learn and grow from our community. So it's a matter of like using technology to for the betterment of the work that you're doing. Again, apologies for the late for the late recording. I definitely needed a new computer for sure, but hopefully this is not the last. And I will see you guys on our next Island Saturdays, scheduled for March 15th and March 22nd. Again, thank you, and enjoy.